Alright then guys, so you've seen my reaction to the official England team that made the Russia 2018 World Cup. Now, I did promise in that video that I would follow it up with a video of 23 players to not make the squad that could have done. Without further ado, I have put the best sort of rated, I think, as a starting 11. I've used the exact same formation as well. And we're going to go and look through some of them. So, in goal, I've gone for Joe Hart. Now, Joe Hart gets a lot of criticism. He does. He has got a mistake in him, but he was once a great goalkeeper at one point. He was a fantastic goalkeeper and without a doubt, England's absolute best. One of the finest goalkeepers that England had produced for a long time. Unfortunately, he's seen a bit of a decline since then. I don't know whether it's a confidence issue or I don't know. But you know, he's experienced. He has got bags of experience, and I wouldn't have grumbled too much at seeing Joe Hart on the plane, along with somebody like Butland, you know, who is actually very in form. Moving on, we have Nathaniel Klein, a great young fullback. Unfortunately, not able to make the squad. But yeah, could have been. You know, again, I wouldn't have moaned at seeing him in the team. Next up, we got Michael Keane, young defender from Everton. Obviously did really well the previous season, made a big name for himself, and then was purchased by Everton. Been decent, you know, decent young, again, up and coming, probably on a similar level to Stones, to be honest. Alongside him, I've gone for Phil Jagielka, a very experienced player. Again, yeah, probably is a little bit too old now, coming up to that age where he's, you know, not going to be part of the future anymore of football, and, you know, definitely not at Everton. Definitely approaching that sort of retirement age, but still experienced England defender. You know, surprised really. Leighton Baines, still got it. He's still got it, Leighton Baines. He's, you know, again, more experience, cracking on a little bit with age, but still a very good, strong, you know, English defender. I've gone for a lot of Everton players for some reason. That wasn't on purpose, I swear. Next up, of course, my boy Jackie Wilshere was told to get more game time to prove himself. He did that. Was told to play deeper to show that he's more versatile, isn't just attacking, he can do both. He did that. Still didn't get a seat on the plane. Absolute outrage, honestly. A lot of people are like, yeah, but he's not better than blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, right, he might not be better than Henderson. Okay, I could agree with that. I could agree with that. He might not be better than he's not better than Ali, definitely. Not in as good form as Lingard, obviously. But Fabian Delph, what the actual, you know, that's it. I'm not going to moan anymore. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to moan anymore, I swear. Right. Next up, Adam Lallana. Now, he has been sort of, what's the word, sort of side-listed. He said, like, right, you are sort of on call kind of thing. So if anyone gets injured, anything happens, he makes the cut. Decent player to say, nevertheless, very hard-working. Just come back from an injury, though. That could possibly be why. Next up, we've got Ross Barkley as well. Again, quite a promising. What I like about Barkley, again, is his work rate. He's a very hard-working individual. A decent young player, really decent young player. Now, some of these guys might be missing through injury or whatever. I don't fully know. I've just put together the best possible. I've left out the likes of Chamberlain because I know for a fact he's injured, and I know for a fact that if he wasn't injured, he'd have been on the plane. Theo Walcott, again, you know, he's kind of past it at Arsenal. I think it was time for a change. But since he's moved to Everton, he's not done too badly at all, guys. He's done pretty damn good. He seems to have. We've had glimpses of the old Theo back again, which has been nice to see. And you know, again, possibly he's always done well for his country. Whenever he's been selected, he's always performed for England. Callum Wilson, young English striker, very talented. I'm quite a fan, very pacey as well. Does have his injury problems. don't know really. I think he's a decent enough player. Andros Townsend, again, really redeemed himself at Crystal Palace. I've been a huge fan of him. I'm actually a huge fan of him in FIFA as well. If you guys followed my Gunning for Glory series through, you'll know all about this guy. I really do have a soft spot for Andros Townsend. But again, I think when you look at Crystal Palace and some of the goals this season and their better play, it's come from the likes of Townsend, Zaha, Loftus-Cheek as well. And he has been up there creating a lot, and I do have a lot of love for Andros Townsend. On the bench, I've gone for the following players. You can see Ben Foster. I think he's going to be, he would have been my sort of second choice there. I'm not saying that this is the team that should have gone, by the way. I'm just purely putting in players that haven't gone. Okay, I hope that makes sense, guys. Don't come at me, okay? I've gone for Ben Foster here as the second choice in this team. I've just shoved him in. I think, to be honest, the likes of Pickford, Pope, and maybe Joe Hart are all better than Ben Foster, but he's still not a bad goalkeeper. He's not a bad option to have. I've also, we'll go on to the other goalkeeper that I chose, and then I'll tell you some other possibilities as well. Matthew Lowton, I've gone for the backup there. Again, good hard-working player. Had a good season with Burnley. I couldn't really grumble. Gone for Steve Cook next from Bournemouth. And then Ryan Sessegnon. Now this one, I was a bit disappointed not to see Sessegnon make it. He has been absolutely insane. One of the absolute highest young prospects of English football. Right here, unfortunately you can't see his face. There we go. There he is, young Ryan. Look at that. I mean, he's 18 years old, and he's probably one of the championship players of the season. That is absolutely insane. Bit gutted for him to not get a little bit of a shout. When I see like Trent Alexander-Arnold, sorry, I get his bloody name mixed up. And I think, this could have been Sessegnon. This could have been Ryan, who for me would have deserved it over him. James Ward-Prowse, again, a decent young midfielder. I mean, these players could possibly be looked at in the future, I suppose they're probably not at that sort of level yet, but could get there eventually maybe. But I've always liked Ward-Prowse, to be honest. I think he's, again, really, as you can tell, my style in players is hard-working. I love players that just are full of energy, get out there, give 110% every game. I love it. Absolutely love those kind of players. That's why Thomas Rosicky was like my favourite Arsenal player for a long time. If you ever watched Rosicky, like, the man never stopped. I loved it. And I just love players like that. Danny Drinkwater, I've gone for next. Again, could have been a possibility, really. You've seen like Eric Dyer in there, and I think Delph as well. As Danny Drinkwater, not as good as Delph. Really? I'm giving Delph a lot of hate, and I do regret it. Like, I do feel kind of bad. It's not his fault, but you know what I mean. John Joe Shelvey, a lot of Newcastle fans are a bit raged to not see him make the cut after having a fairly decent season with Newcastle. Tom Heaton I've gone for, and other goalkeepers that could have made it easily, like Fraser Forster, missed him out. I was going to pop him in, but I thought, no, I'll go off the overall rating. He's 79, Heaton's 80, and Foster's 80 as well. But yeah, some decent goalkeepers, really. Alfie Mawson from Swansea. This guy's been really looked at this season. I think he's going to... I really think he'll get snapped up, to be honest. I can't see him playing in the Championship. I think he's too good for that. But a good young centre-back, in my opinion. Again, when I see other players in the team, and I think, well, I could have easily given Mawson a shout. Jermaine Defoe, one for the strikers now, obviously. I guess in his defence, in Southgate's defence again. Probably too old now, maybe. But still gold. Still has a goal in him. Boy, does he still have a goal in him. Andy Carroll. I think one thing, that's what I like about the fact that we've taken Welbeck. We've got Kane. I like my tall strikers as well as my little pacey ones as well. I think it's good to have the kind of option to have both, and not just. A lot of people today are all about pace and stuff, but I think you can't beat a good old-fashioned striker sometimes, like your Giroud's, you know, tall, strong, power headers and stuff. And I think Carroll, you know, is one of them that if you need a goal, is good to throw on when you've got a, you know, a set piece in the dying minutes, and he is a man that can get up and get you a goal. Daniel Sturridge, again, I missed the likes of Charlie Austin. Could have put him in as well. Sturridge obviously has had his injury problems. That's possibly why he's not made the cut again. But on his day, Sturridge, a fantastic player. Do apologise that I've used this Liverpool card, not West Brom card there. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, this has been the England squad that could have been. Obviously without players like, you know, Ox, obviously, who is injured even. But yeah, I think with Lallana maybe as well, if he hadn't picked up an injury so close as what he did, maybe possibly he would have gone. You know, it is possible as well. I'm not sure about Klein. Is Klein injured? Somebody let me know in the comments. But with all of that being said, guys, thank you all very much for watching this. Let me know some more players who you think should have made the cut for England. This isn't necessarily who I think should have done, but a possibility. You know, do you think any of these players deserve the chance? Let me know in the comment section down below. Please don't be too harsh on me, guys. And with all of that being said, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. You can also turn notifications on so you can get my videos as soon as they do go live. And of course, leave that like rating, guys. That'd be a massively appreciated. With all of that said, I'll see you all in the next video.